Don't steal other people's skills, especially ones with their names on. Also, to a set of people that I used to live with, it wasn't like I didn't pay for them. But if I'm supposed to pay for them, I can do that very easily. So the entire system trying to make parallels to the small, insignificant things I did, called taking liberties, which is still in a sense stealing, but just doing small things that you don't think makes a difference. And you realize, well, I shouldn't have done that. Is not the same thing as constantly targeting a person who doesn't intend to do anything wrong. And when they do one little thing wrong, like, okay, a person left their beers little very like so the it's so weak it doesn't even like give you a buzz. Like they might as like but you should be happy that I took them and not someone's child. See what I'm saying? And just foolishness, leaving bait around, right? And I well apparently fell for it while someone was talking about going to rehab, which is too many dots connecting and looking at the colors I'm wearing, thinking that because I'm wearing gray, I'm with a gang or something, or gray and black. I'm not part of a gang, or just because I'm wearing blue with it, I'm not part of a gang. I'm not flagging. I'm not part of anything. And you can't just decide that because I'm wearing a sequence of colors that I'm false flagging, because it takes more than just wearing a set of colors to flag whatever you're doing. Because there's a such thing called relevance, was when something isn't. It doesn't mean that you lack relevance as a person, but when something is not to be regarded in a certain situation. So it's called common sense. And it's not always so common. But basically, when there are people who are not in your business, and then you have other people who are trying to play with your mind and trying to get you to have a certain mindset by giving you all this information about things when they're bothering you and involving you in stuff. At this point, I'm not convinced of anything else except that people are just running me in circles, stealing from me, but then also cutting my ways of leaving and trying to stress me out, taking my pills, taking the important ones to help me get through my day and try to stop me from having a job, but then want me to sell dope. No, we're doing that. People are just going to have to go about their way and move on. I'm not a gangster rapper, and even if I did some form of gangster, it'd be jokes, you know, and trying to lead my life into a path that I'm not choosing to live because it's not who I am. You just need to accept that. And when that hospital is getting mad because they get some kind of salary or something or some kind of money, but mad because you walked in there to get help, maybe because your liver's experiencing damage and not because you're drinking a lot, because it's not that. One little sip of beer doesn't do anything. So now people are making false associations or are actually drawing out the associations on some level to try to overload your brain and fill your mind with a bunch of crap and a bunch of ideas and act like you don't have a proper thinking process. When really, you don't overthink it simplistically as other people because you don't need to unless you're regarding simple things. So now everyone thinks they're a thug now. So another thing is you don't convert people to religion by constantly stressing them out and then have them turn to some religion that's not going to help ease things like liver damage unless someone's literally gotten smart enough to attack your system while this screen is changing its oh, the magnetics messing with my screen again because it's not that damaged. um yes, so we don't just join a religion and think, oh, everything's going to be cured, because that's not how it works. You still have work to do. You still have to apply certain things and concepts, and you still have to learn how to heal your body. And when you want people to thrive in an environment, you don't constantly attack them and have them walking around and running around and constantly going places without proper food, without proper nutrition, without proper things they need, because then you become responsible for whatever goes on in that regard. But then they find more ways for this not to take responsibility, which is silly, and they just need to give up and want you to do something crazy like go get a gun and shoot people, or um, which is understandable but not correct, or get into fights and wars with people and try to make you look like you're a weak person or a sucker, or like love isn't real, and really that it is a real thing, is that they don't have it, so they keep on messing with you to get you to a place where you don't care about people and don't love them. Is that because if you don't care about people, who has to care about you? So it's just a small loop of people going through the same thing, and stupid people, like even in law enforcement, dumb officers and stuff who just have time to constantly target you and do mean things, and then want you to keep on looking at the same time patterns, the same numbers and stuff, and thinking it's always going to be this and that, it's always going to be that and that, when they just need to leave you alone. You have the right to be left alone. And so when you make a mistake, it's a mistake, and don't beat yourself up about it. It's just others constantly using the same thing over and over. It just shows that they're doing that. They're guilty. They did it. And now my screen's acting up again because of the magnetics and other things like that in place, which is not really, I mean, because phones act on magnets and other things like that, like humans do. But people need to respect your magnetics. They need to respect your inner forces. They need to respect you and leave you alone. People need to stop robbing you. People need to stop taking advantage of you. People need to stop calculating things against you. Sorry. They need to stop stealing from you. They need to stop paying you so much attention and only paying attention to the negative things and not the many positive things you do. They need to realize that the small negatives, they need to show what real effect it had. And while some things like stealing pills could be a big, huge negative, stealing pills with someone's name on it is a whole different thing. You shouldn't steal things at all. If someone leaves pills around, then it's kind of a finders keepers thing. But when it has someone's name on it, don't take it. And so I remember one time someone had a book bag with pills in it, and I grabbed it and I was going to take it to the police station. And the person said, "Oh, that's my bag." I said, "Okay, here you go. See, I wasn't trying to lie or start a fight or act like I was tough." So sometimes people who do this stuff themselves leave stuff around to make you look like you're doing something, and really you're just going to take the thing to where it belongs. Or if it's an unopened thing, you're just like, "Oh, okay." And really, I guess the real deal is when you're dealing with government surveillance, don't touch anything because they're trying to play a game with you, and no one's really trying to play this game. It's stupid. So basically, we're people that just need housing, food, and all the basics so that we can heal and get better and then go about our lives. And then when I went to people's food co-op, and all of a sudden the guys over here start fights and stuff, and I get into it with them, but I don't fight them. And then I end up getting kicked out because basically they don't want black people to eat healthy, good food. Because they want black people to die? Why? What do we do? And talking about crime statistics, but whose land are you on? And plundering all the resources in Africa in the name of, well, they traded you out for this and that, so we can do that. It's not right. Wrong is wrong, and we don't have time for this. I could explain so well, but it seems like even children understand this is just wrong. Have a nice day.